Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Code Clarity podcast. I'm Rena.
And I'm Jean. So we've heard now about this pilot of the limitation of when you can make complaints. What's happening with that? There's a bit of news out on that.
The PMCPA, and that's the authority that enforces the APPI code, they've had a policy out since June 25, which has been a pilot, which basically said if you submit an old complaint, so 2 years ago for most matters or 6 months for social media, they won't accept the complaint. So the first thing that we want to tell everybody is that pilot has been extended, and bad news, good news, I don't even know, Jean. There's going to be a consultation, a public consultation on the PMCPA constitution. So that's the first important news, and that's likely to be this year.
Yeah, so they've said it's later this year. So we wait with bated breath because we're already halfway through this year. So that'd be great. Okay, so you've said that it means, did you say 6 months for social media and 2 years for everything else? So we've been talking a lot about social media complaints. What happens then is it just that if, as long as the post is more than 6 months old on social media, we don't need to worry about it? We can just forget about that and just concentrate on 6 months and going forward.
So that's the second big thing we think is really important, everyone knows about. And this is this kind of principle around refreshment. If somebody engages with that post, likes, reposts, shares, comments within the last 6 months, that clock is reset.
Okay, so it's not about how old the post is, it's when the engagement that brought it under the UK code or the UK company employee liked it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that might be giving that whole kind of the refresh concept of this limitation, thinking about transfers of value and disclosures, that's another big headache for a lot of companies. So again, when does the clock start from that? Is that from when the event happened, or is there a different date for that?
Yeah, so that again, the clock starts from the disclosure deadline in the code, not the date the payment was made, which is obviously then that means that's going to be much longer. So that's kind of an automatic candidate for what the PMCPA are calling exceptional circumstances. So you can't just sit and think, oh, it's 2 years, it's 2 years. There are exceptions. There's an FAQ on the PMCPA website that has answers to some of these kind of interesting questions.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll pop the link to that FAQ into the description of this podcast. But yeah, interesting news. I'm looking forward to the consultation.
Yeah, aren't we all? Thanks, Jean.
Bye.
Bye.